In June 2021, a website that 100 million people visited every month sold for $1.8 billion. The founders called it the best possible outcome. They minted 61 new millionaires in a single afternoon. 17 months later, ChatGPT launched, built partly on that very website's content. Within 3 years, monthly questions on the platform collapsed from over 200,000 to under 30,000. The buyer is now sitting on losses that have wiped out most of what they paid. The founders got out at the exact top, and nobody planned any of it. Stack Overflow launched in 2008 with a simple idea. Developers got stuck. The internet had forums, but forums were chaos. Bad answers buried good ones. Nobody cleaned anything up. Stack Overflow fixed that with a voting system. The best answer floated to the top. A wrong answer got pushed down. Over time, it became the closest thing the software world had to a shared brain. By 2014, developers were posting more than 200,000 questions every single month. If you have ever had a computer problem and typed it into a search engine, there is a reasonable chance the first result that actually helped you came from Stack Overflow. It was the library of how the modern internet was built, one question at a time, by millions of people who gave their knowledge away for free. By 2021, the platform was so dominant that a Dutch investment company called Proces was willing to pay $1.8 billion for it. That is not a typo. $1.8 billion. For a website where people answer coding questions. Proces already owned stakes in Udemy and Codecademy and saw Stack Overflow as the center of a knowledge empire. The deal closed. Co-founder Jeff Atwood tweeted that the sale had minted 61 new millionaires among staff. Co-founder Joel Spolsky called it the best possible outcome. The company promised to keep operating independently. The community celebrated. And then, 17 months later, on November 30, 2022, OpenAI released ChatGPT to the public. Here is what ChatGPT was, in plain terms. It was a system that had read enormous amounts of text from the internet and learned to answer questions in plain language. One of the richest sources it learned from was Stack Overflow. 16 years of the world's developers, solving problems, one answer at a time, absorbed and compressed, into a model you could just talk to. Stack Overflow's community had spent years building the world's best technical library. ChatGPT showed up and said, "You don't need to go to the library anymore. I have already read it. Ask me directly." By November 2022, Stack Overflow was still processing over 108,000 new questions a month. Within 2 years, that number would crater by more than 76%. Proces started feeling it almost immediately. In March 2022, just 7 months after buying the platform, the company reported a $246 million impairment loss on Stack Overflow. Impairment, in plain terms, means an accountant looked at what you paid and what it is worth now, and wrote down the difference as a loss. That was 2022. In 2023, they wrote off another $560 million. In 2024, another $372 million on top of that. Added up, and Process had acknowledged losing over $1 billion of value on an asset they had paid $1.8 billion for. Not through spending, not through bad management, but because a technology emerged that made the core product less necessary. Meanwhile, by February 2025, the platform received fewer than 30,000 new questions in the entire month. That was a level not seen since 2010. Now here's the part that stops people cold when they hear it. Stack Overflow did not just lose traffic to AI. Stack Overflow's data helped create the AI that took its traffic. The questions, the answers, the corrections, the voted up wisdom of millions of developers over 16 years. All of it freely available. All of it used as training material for the very systems that then made visiting Stack Overflow feel unnecessary. One developer put it cleanly. ChatGPT memorized Stack Overflow, put it in one place, and made it conversational. Why would anyone go back to the original? And here is the second twist, quieter but just as strange. By 2025, Process reported revenue growth driven not by the community platform, but by selling enterprise software and data licensing to the same AI companies, now cannibalizing what remains of the traffic. The content the community built for free is now being sold back to the machines. If you just watch that loop, community builds knowledge, corporation buys it, AI absorbs it, AI replaces the community. And your first thought was someone is going to build the system. On the other side of that trade, that is exactly who the Operator Lab is for. It is free. It is a 16-week program that takes you from zero to running real AI automation systems, the kind that show up in these stories. Every template I have built, every workflow that broke, and how I fixed it, every failure log from real builds, it is all in there. Pause this video. The first link in the description signs you up in 30 seconds. Then come straight back. Where does this leave Stack Overflow today? The community traffic has not recovered. Stack Overflow's own 2025 developer survey, answered by more than 49,000 developers in 177 countries, found that 84% of them now use or plan to use AI tools for software work. The platform introduced a feature called AI Assist, AI-generated answers, powered primarily by Stack Overflow's own historical data. The irony is structural. The site banned AI-generated answers from human users. Then, it built its own AI feature to generate answers. Meanwhile, Process reported 12% revenue growth for the half year to September 2025, bringing in $95 million, not from advertising to developers visiting the site, but from enterprise products and data deals. The community that made the platform valuable is gone. The financial machinery built on that community's output is still running. The lesson is not that Stack Overflow did something wrong. The lesson is that if your entire value lives inside freely available content, and someone builds a machine that can absorb and replay that content on demand, you do not get a warning. You just watch the traffic charts. For anyone building a business, a career, or a platform right now, the question worth sitting with is, what is the thing I create that cannot simply be replicated by a system that read everything I ever made? If you have watched something you relied on get quietly replaced by AI, a website, a tool, a job function, anything, tell me what it was in the comments. I read everyone. If this kind of story with the numbers checked and the hype stripped out is more useful to you than the usual coverage, the like is how more people find it. Real stories from the AI economy, verified every week. Subscribe so you catch the next one.